Alright, folks, welcome back to the mmorpg, and I am your host. Glad to be with you here on a Tuesday night. But not just any Tuesday night, it's a special Tuesday night, and while I don't want to get too into it on the stream, it is a special Tuesday night. So this is just a reminder to everybody, whether you're happy with how things are going, whether you're unhappy, whether you really care, or whether you don't, make your voice matter no matter who it's for, because we cultivate an air of neutrality here. Make your voice heard, get out there and vote. And then get right back here and watch some mmorpg. As we continue our journey to level 57, all the way up to level 60 eventually is the goal, obviously. I just want to reflect on some of the things that we've been doing. And things is probably an overstatement. The thing that we've been doing is killing a lot of raptors. We get about 5% an hour here killing raptors. And so you can see we're at 45%. That's approximately 9 hours. 9 hours I've spent killing raptors. But I would be remiss to say if I didn't enjoy it. I got kind of ahead of myself, though. I didn't lich myself. There we go. Now we're liched. All liched up and ready to go. Last night we worked out how to do the vicious raptors spawns here on this island. So if you've watched me do raptors in the past, you know I normally do... What's going on with the face command? The face command's not acting right. It's not zooming me out. Anyway, I normally do the island off to the right. But last night I came over here, I scouted out this island, figured out how much better it is. Worked through the spawns over here. Now we're over here killing these raptors. Although, somebody is out here. Because there are definitely we're missing raptor spawns. There was a group out here last night. So we may have to work around them. But I did see a vicious raptor up, so I went ahead and grabbed him. What else is new? We've really started working through the logistics of how I'm going to get to level 60. And right now, the plan is I will kill raptors until I get to level 49 pet. We have Kalari. Welcome to the stream, Kalari. Ladies and gentlemen, Kalari. Oh, that wasn't a very nice introduction. I'll have to get onto my studio audience for that. So we're going to kill raptors until level, well, not a specific level, until we get the level 49 pet. And then once that's done, I will go out to City of Mist and do the ramparts and the fog bridge, or the fog stairs. And I'll do that until I get the spells I need from there. And then if I can get the spells I need out of there, then I'll head out to Howling Stones and finish up in Howling Stones. That is the current plan. Kalari, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never met this person before in my life. Let's take a look-see up here on the island. Well, the second vicious raptor is up, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him. There might be one of these druids might be quad kiting. This one right here, Shia. That could be what's going on. So we should probably pull the raptor out into the water. That way, if there's a respawn, we don't have to deal with them. Because typically when you quad kite, things die very close together. Yeah, I'm not sure what came over me a few days ago. I was like, I need to start streaming again. It's been a very busy year for me, though. I've been on the road quite a bit. Been a bit rough on your end. What's going on, Kalari? If you don't care to share here, that's okay. Oh no, I left my dip in the bedroom. Can't live without my dip. It's not gross. It's coffee flavored. I've got a can of coffee flavored, or it's not really a can. It's like a little box, and a box of like Fruit Loops flavored. It's like Fruity Pebbles. I haven't drank any caffeine today too. That's been crazy. I'm finally just now drinking a cup of tea. All right, there's the roamer. We'll just wait for him to roam over here. Ate dinner twice? That's like the opposite of me. I've been skipping dinners lately. I had a protein bar for dinner. It was pretty good. Ooh, had to stop on the way home because you witnessed a crash. Was everybody okay, or was it pretty bad? Oh, that's good. Some kid decided to try to change lanes without looking. They were like, "Good luck, everybody else." Oh, jeez. Just rammed right into him. Huh? Ah, shoot. We got two. This could be the start of something spicy. Ooh, those fizzles are not going to help either. Okay, we're going to just keep splurt up on one and pray that we get enough mana back. We have 4 minutes till the next vicious spawns, and the next vicious is going to spawn right on top of these guys. So how I spend the next 4 minutes and also how well my root holds is really going to determine a lot. I could have pulled him out in the water. Ooh, you got a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Nice. Those are always pretty good. I do the same thing with my girlfriend, Kalari, where she like cooks, and I'm like, I really don't want to eat, but if I don't eat, she's gonna get mad. I have a feeling root's gonna wear off on both of these. Yep, there it goes. Come on, fizzle. I don't need a fizzle right now. What I really need is this raptor to die. But I've got a minute left till the next raptor spawns, so we should be okay. There we go, now I just need this one to die. Oh wow, we finally foraged some water. Amazing. I don't know. I don't think this is salt water. I think we foraged fresh water from the salt water because we're just good like that. No, I'm breathing through a straw that goes out the top of my skull. How do you know this isn't a freshwater ocean? Maybe it doesn't need desalinating. Okay, that put us behind a little bit, but we did okay. It could be like blue Kool-Aid. Blue raspberry. Kool-Aid, if you make it according to the instructions, tastes terrible, but if you add like 4 times as much sugar as they recommend, it tastes awesome. Yeah, I don't actually drink a lot of sugary drinks either. I'll occasionally have like a soda. Yeah, I drink unsweetened tea. I guess here lately I have been getting those Arizona green teas, and those have a little bit of sugar in them. Kalari says she drinks a chai. If she's gonna drink a sugar drink, she drinks chai latte with almond milk from Starbucks, half strength on the chai syrup. I do like chai. I haven't had it in forever, but it's pretty enjoyable. my grocery store, gosh, I can't talk tonight, was out of green tea, at least the good kind. They had this like the big box of budget green tea, and I have a box of that over there, and I've determined that it's just not good. So I was gonna pay more for like the decent Twinings green tea, but they didn't have any. They did have the mint tea. I wasn't really down for that though. Ooh, we have a dingus spawn. They didn't have Bigelow. Yeah, I see somebody over there. It's Kaon. I'm just gonna get a little bit more mana before I engage Dingus, because he takes more dots to bring down. And we'll go ahead and drag Dingus all the way out in the water. What do you mean I can't see my target? I could see his legs. I should be able to root somebody if I can see their legs. I think the way almost every model runs in EverQuest is hilarious. It's so ridiculous. This game is so ridiculous. I mean, look at the swimming. Look at the skeleton synchronized swimming. See, that's what I'm talking about right there with Dingus. You gotta, like, if these roots don't hold, even now, Dingus could be a problem. This has been a spicy Dingus. He's resisting. His roots are breaking. Wow. He just resisted another 2 in a row. They are kind of scary. These raptors scare me. I've got raptor PTSD. Time for another splurt. And I'll have to put another ignite blood on him too. Just to make sure he dies. PTSD from the turkeys. I'm hungry for some turkey. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna fry up another turkey. I think we're cutting down on our list of sides this year to try to be a little bit more just like sensible. Because I think last year we made like 11, or well, mainly Marissa made like, or excuse me, I shouldn't say her name, but she made like 11 sides. Kalari has 18 people over. That's insane. I'd go crazy. There's no way I could do it. I don't like being around a lot of people. Oh, if they're kids, it's a little different. I can put up with like a lot of kids like that for like a 1 day thing. Because they're just like so much fun, you know? Gosh, these raptors. They're not? They're not fun? Why are they not fun? Oh, they're teenagers? Yeah, no thanks. Why don't we rebuff a little bit here? Kind of recoup some mana. We had a pretty like busy last 15 minutes or so because I got an extra pull and then went right into the vicious raptor cycle. So I'm gonna go ahead and rebuff everything. Then we'll just met up a little bit here. Kalari's gonna try to make some things ahead of time since she's working full time. Just make them all now and freeze them. Make people eat your frozen 3-week-old sides. And then get like unnecessarily angry if they don't like it. Alright, we gotta try to at least grab the roamer when he roams by. I think I see him right there. I think he's moving this way. I almost got on EVE Online tonight because I logged in to check my skill queue and I was like, oh, I miss playing EVE. All I did was check my skills, and then I was like, oh, I kind of want to play. Then I was like, nah, we're on a mission right now on EQ. We gotta keep this up. Did they pull the roamer? Or is that the roamer there? My efficiency has been terrible so far. Alright, Kalari, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Have a good night. Hope you get some restful sleep. Nah, I'm not gonna die. Unless my game crashes. Where is this roamer at? I don't even know if I want to pull him from there. That looks like risky. Guess we'll kill off Lich and just hang out. The most important thing I can kill is the vicious raptors. So I don't want to do anything that's going to disrupt the vicious raptor cycle. My experience is subordinate to the vicious raptors. Oh, there's the roamer. Okay. They apparently at some point they reverse directions. That's crazy. And they're so fast. They're so vicious. Oh my gosh. That is going to mess up my vicious raptor cycle. Oh, he didn't make it to me. Can't get me, Raptor. Loser. His root broke and I was able to reroot him like right outside of melee range. So the unfortunate thing is there's now a vicious raptor up that I'm not actively killing. We could go get him. In fact, I would say that is advised so we don't lose out on him to whoever's over here trying to pull this island. Do not pull your thing right on top of me. If you screw with me, Druid, I will find ways to make you miserable that you don't even know exist. Oh, they said didn't see you there, sorry. What's up, Skyless? See, look, they're nice. I should stop being so defensive. I have so much, like, pent-up frustration towards other players in this game because a majority of them are not like Keon here, who's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Yeah, that does suck, Skyless, that your that P99 is not like working for you. I wish I had better advice for you, 'cause that is most unfortunate. I guess the only other thing I could think is if you have an older computer, you can just hook up and play on that. It'll run on a pretty low-end system. Some people are also saying, at least on the forums, that it's internet related. They're recommending trying using a VPN. I've gotten so many runes and so many other class research components. I've only found 2 sets of words for Necro. 2 or 3. Words of collection Kaza, which those are for the 44 pet, and then there are words of acquisition Biza, and then the words of the ethereal now. I could see this island being better for a quad kiting druid than the other one, because they have more space to work with. Well, we're 40 minutes in, we're all settled in. I'm definitely a lot slower on the experience gain tonight than I was last night. Probably not going to pull 5% this hour. Probably more like 4. We did have to rebuff. And we had some oopsies with the Raptors. Foraged up some fishing grubs I don't need. And since the druid is quad kiting over there, I can grab this guy here. We may actually get 5% this hour because I did just tick up to 48. Just depends on how efficient I can be for the next few pulls. Protection of the Glades helps. That's such a good buff. It's not the most exciting way to get levels, but it's an honest living and it's safe. And we're almost halfway to 57. I've been putting in some work on Misterbestfrend lately. We don't have any spawns to pull now. Guess there's this one over here, but oh yeah, we should be good to pull him. Ophion, what's up? Good to see you. Ophion says all 3 level 57 spells are excellent. So the level 57 spells that he's referring to are Conjure Corpse, summons the target's corpse to the caster's location, Exile Undead, which is a undead direct damage spell, and then obviously Vexing Mordinia, which that's the biggest one that I'm excited for. I don't know if I'll be able to do Conjure Corpse. Yeah, I can't actually buy the reagents for it, unfortunately. Kunark only like royally screws you. What's up, Skyless? Welcome back. Yeah, Mordinia is a lot of health. 10 ticks, 122 per tick. That's pretty much 2/3 of my life. Or no, it's more like 75% of my life in one cast. It is 500 mana though. So there is that. I don't know if this guy is he gonna die off that last tick? He did not die off that last tick. You stinker. I'm just gonna deflux him. Actually, what does deflux cost? 198, yeah, we'll just deflux him. So we have a roamer over there, but the vicious is up in 1:44. You know what? I'd rather take him. And we'll just take him out in the water. We'll fully dot him. And then as soon as the vicious spawns, we're just going to Hail Mary go for it. And just hope root doesn't break. I'm going to save the mana on Vampiric Curse. I don't really need it yet. And the damage is negligible. Ophion says Vexing Mordinia is good to use against casters when you know you're getting nuked or stuff that's hard to keep rooted. Yeah, if you know you're going to need that health. Shoot, with that I might be able to tap tank these things. That'd be kind of interesting. Okay, the Vicious is up in 4 seconds. There he is. And so Skyless has kind of given up on P99 for now. And so you're doing Teak. What is, did you roll a Necro, XR Necro on Teak? I kind of wish I had an active sub. I'd just give you a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I've got like a bank full of just junk. You'll probably do okay though. I mean, Teak just throws loot at you. It's pretty crazy. So here's the hoping root holds on this guy so that I don't have to cast too many more spells to kill him. Because I'm at 40% mana. I have a Vicious Raptor coming up in 2.5 minutes. So ideally, I'm almost all the way meted back up in 2.5 minutes. Yeah, the random loot does make it more fun. It avoids some of the issues that I'm having like right now on P99. Because you can go camp like whatever you want as long as it has the item that you want is in their loot pool. So if one camp is taken, you can just go to a different camp. Like I would camp a lot of stuff in Kesora because there was a ton of name mobs down there. Versus on P99, if you don't get the camp, you don't get the camp. You're not going to get the item. I think the downside to it is that loot doesn't feel as substantial. Like getting gear is not nearly as cool. So even though P99 is a lot slower and more grindy. Oh shit. Where'd that roamer come from? I enjoy the sense of accomplishment on P99 a little bit more. And yeah, you're right, Ophion. There's a lot of people who would just never in 1,000 years see the gear, so no, I think it's a good place to start anyway, Skyless. You'll get to experience more of the game that way. If you can get over the jank, because believe it or not, I think P99 has better presentation. Like it's less clunky, it plays smoother, which is kind of crazy to say because it's a private server. I don't know why, but EQ retail just runs like ass on my computer. Yeah, I feel you, Skyless. If you're getting frustrated with the troubleshooting, that definitely happens to me. Because I'm one of those people where it's like, I want to solve this problem. I want to know what's causing it. Sometimes I'll troubleshoot things, like for games, and I'll take days to fix it, and then I'll get it finally working, and I won't even play the game. Like the game was just troubleshooting. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I play the game for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, all right, that was fun. Ophion says it runs great on my ancient PC. I'm grateful for your ancient PC because you, my friend, have given me POTG so much. You're my favorite druid. You're my favorite druid, Ophion. Let's do a juke check. No juke online. Well, thank you, sir. I would appreciate that. It definitely does pay off. I do notice that I get more experience per hour with it because I'm able to consistently pull four Raptors in a 15-minute cycle. Yeah, that could be a worthy plan, Skyless. You just load it up on an older computer, and at least then your purchase wasn't for nothing. Although I do have to ask, did you just buy the discs, or were you able to get an actual like box set with a manual and all that? And yes, I know what you're talking about, Ophion. There are not too many of us left streaming P99 compared to the glory days of yore. Oh, look at that! My POTG is actually it's actually running out right now. Speak of the devil. Or the Breglin. I prefer the Breglin. I don't think P99 is done yet, though. I think the glory days will return. My only hope is that if the devs finally like decide that they're kind of done with it, they're gonna put it into maintenance mode. I would just hope that they pass it on to somebody that can treat her right. You know, like the old man with the Mustang that he's had since he was a teenager, like Gran Torino, right? It's yours now. Take care of it. Yeah, it's perfect, I think. It would be difficult for me to say. Damn it. Look at my skeleton. I'm bumping the camera face button. It would be difficult for me to say just how many hours I've spent on P99 and whether that's more or less than World of Warcraft Classic. Oh my gosh, Skyless, do not speak of that. Skyless said watch Daybreak can take control of it when that happens and just adds a new tab. With the cash shop and all that, Chronos and all. Ugh. I think that was what ultimately turned me off of Teak was just like the RMT economy. Like it was a fun little vacation to like an easier EQ experience. You meant on the server listing? I think they would, no matter what, they would still do like Daybreak things. Yeah, I think the RMT economy was kind of what ultimately made me just second guess. I enjoyed it for what it was worth, and the sad thing is, I put a lot of time into actually doing like raid attunements, and then I never did the raid. Like the key for the is it not Sebulus? Oh, thank you, Breglin. The one where you have to get the little pouches off the ground. I spent hours camping those pouches. And then I never did the raid. You are a friend of friends. I don't think this guy's gonna die from my final dot. He's ending at 0%. What a stinker. There we go. Made level 7. And I just made 50%, or yeah, so we're like really consistently at 5% an hour here. I'm wondering if this is gonna pull too. Well, I guess I'm not gonna find out because he went out of range. I guess we could pull the one from the ruin. I'm gonna have to pull him out into the water though. Because I do have a respawn coming. I think he'll have a good time on Teak though. I would recommend, as soon as you can, go to Kern's Tower. Kern's Tower is so awesome. You can probably head in there about level 8, maybe 9. If you ask on my Discord, Rediker or Outlaw will probably be more than happy to give you some stuff as well if you want help. Totally up to you whether you want to like get some extra goodies or just do it all organically. Okay, I see one roamer there. He's just roaming by. We have a vicious raptor coming up in a minute and a half. That's a good idea, Skyless. That way you understand the game a little bit better and you're not jumping ahead and you're able to kind of learn like what's what. Yeah, sometimes if you get the quick start experience on an MMO from like a friend, it kind of screws you up. You don't really value certain things. Man, these guys are dying with like 1% left. Alright, we're gonna try to snag Mr. Vicious here before the roamer gets over here. Getting line of sighted is not gonna help. There we go. I wish he could stay above the water and be able to see him. Yeah. It's so annoying having to swim down below just to be able to cast the dots on him. Oh my gosh, then I got interrupted. I guess I should have announced it with a little more gusto, but we are halfway to level 57. Halfway there. That's 10 hours right there. That's 10 hours worth of Raptor grinding at 5% an hour. I just really want to get Misterbestfrend up to level 60 and just finish it off. I was actually thinking about it last night. Like, what should I do once he's level 60? Should I go join a guild and, like, play the game the normal way, the right way? There's so much out there that I haven't experienced. Like I was thinking about what is it, the prayer shawl, that whole quest chain, Tower of Frozen Shadow, like going up in there and doing stuff in there. Some of the raids would be kind of cool to go see for the first time, even though I don't know, what do Necros do in raids? They don't they just give mana to other people? Start a new solo self-found character. That's actually probably what I'll end up doing. Because we do have the progressive solo self-found rule set that I made that I was going to start this summer and then ultimately decided I need to finish Misterbestfrend. So if you look at the stream title, this is day 431. That's a long time. Granted, I'm not playing like every single day, multiple hours a day, but still. Yeah, do a no limits playthrough and just enjoy myself for once. Oh, there's a roamer. This quad kiting druid's not doing his job. Oh wait, that's Breglin over there. Oh wait, there's Keon. Keon, what are you doing, man? Start Misterbestfrend Jr., Skyless says. So I have a plan for revealing who Misterbestfriend's father is. I just need to make the video. It will be part of the third lore installment. So then, yeah, that would be interesting to also progress the lineage of Misterbestfriend. Okay. I'm really hoping I don't get ads here. There's so many roamers up at this point. Ophion says he was almost dead. I gave him POTG a minute ago. I wonder what he's doing. Is he quad kiting the other island? That must be it. Maybe he declared this island a loss. Nope, there he is. He's getting chased by raptors. I don't really care as long as he leaves the vicious alone. That's what we discussed. He's actually pretty cool. He can go on my list of best friends. Yeah, there's plenty for both of us. I only need 4 spawns. Like, I cannot reliably do more than 4. And then that's what I told him. I said, I just need the vicious because of, and I told him why. I said, I'm doing solo self-found and they drop my spells. And he was actually cool about it, so. At first I thought he was screwing with me because it was dark and he ran his quad stack almost on top of me, but then he was like, oh, I didn't see there, I'm sorry. I thought he was doing this like established dominance thing where he like comes out here to quad kite and like tries to kind of scare me off or whatever. Yeah, I am really hard to see in the Darkbone skeleton form. Like, so it made sense once he said, oh, sorry, I've just had some like really nasty people that I've dealt with on this game in the past. And they'll do stuff like that. There's actually quite a few players out here. Just looking around to make sure that other vicious I killed didn't have loot on it. I don't believe he did. Or I would have seen him. Yeah, Ophion, I don't think you were here last night, but we actually got another duplicate copy of Words of the Ethereal for the Lich spell. First Necro words I've seen in several days. Ah, you were here. Yeah, we were kind of discussing, like, how I could get the spells I need from here and still end up back here leveling. Just because of how reliable it is. It's funny because I used to hate this spot and now it's kind of become one of my favorite spots. Now that's totally understandable, Ophion, because it really, like, what is an EQ stream? It's not visually the most, like, involved thing to watch. Usually I do the same thing. I'm not actually, if I'm tuned into a stream, I'm usually playing a game on my other monitor. And I'm not actually watching the stream, I'm just listening. Which is why audio is so important. Because I feel like a majority of people are probably listening more than they are watching. Skyless watches. He tapes his eyelids open. He doesn't want to miss a second. Skyless was here for every single Raptor death. You're a super fan, Skyless. I'm pretty sure you were my first follower when I came back to streaming, like a year and some change ago. Which is funny because Skyless doesn't. Well, I guess now he does officially play EverQuest. You know, that's worthy of some applause here. Skyless Raven has finally started playing EverQuest after watching streams of it for a year. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Oh, this thing popped up in the middle of my screen. It's like a seashell that I foraged, and I was like, it almost felt like it was part of the UI, and I had, like, gotten cursed by the seashell or something, and I was like, oh, what is that? What just happened? What is this even for? Ryle Sandcoin? It's for the Shackle of Bronze. Go ahead and drop that. Let's see, we got a raptor spawning. Island's looking pretty dead. Oh, there he is. I really want to dot this guy up and then go get my dip. It sounds so risky. What do you think, stream? Should I risk it? Should I go for it? Skyla says yes. Ophion says of course. Alright, we're going for it. You guys get to watch me die if I don't make it back in time. I made it. Ophion says, I'm digging this music and the stuff last night was different but good too. Yeah, we were experimenting with some different styles. I have been. I haven't wanted to just keep playing the same like 90s rock playlist that I've been playing for the last year. We gotta do some new stuff once in a while. Skyla says death means more best friend content. Man, at this point, deaths are like demoralizing. Ophion saved my ass last night. I was definitely in trouble. My freaking computer crashed. And I think I had 2 Raptors engaged. Yeah, oh yeah, I would have definitely been dead. Were they beating on me whenever you intervened? I was watching my timer and Root was wearing off. I think Root wore off one before I got logged back in, and then Root was wearing off the other as I was getting logged back in. Ophion just nuked him. He wasn't playing around. Ophion was there. See, he saw Misterbestfrend in trouble, and he was like, Wildfire does 1,050 damage, really? Yeah, you are. You're like a mini wizard that can cast a POTG. You can just straight up buy that spell too at level 59. Do druids have to find any spells? Do they have any like drop spells? It's gonna be crazy when I get the level 49 pet. That will be the last research spell. Took me a minute to find the words there. That will be my very last research spell. Ophion says Fist of Karana cost me 8k. 8k. Can't imagine what it's like to get fisted by Karana. Yeah, Emissary Thule. Ophion said it was cheap compared to Emissary Thule. EOT is like 20k. That's where I'm like, man, do I keep playing Misterbestfrend and go and get all that like cool shit for him? Like I've never properly experienced the EverQuest endgame, at least on P99. This is the highest level character I've ever had on P99, and for background, for anybody watching that doesn't know, I started on P99 in November or December of 2009. Like I actually played during the beta. So I've been here a minute. That's 15 years. And I've never had a character as high as Misterbestfrend. It's just kind of funny. My highest level character isn't even like a normal character. Okay, I need to set my CPU affinity. I never did that, so hopefully I don't crash myself here. It used to do it automatically, and I don't know why it doesn't do it anymore. Yeah, Ophion, you have a... I thought you had a Necro that was pretty high up, right? I feel like I've seen you at the Giant Fort on your Necro. Ophion says my Necro was 60 briefly, but he's been 59 for a while now. What happened? That sucks. An unfortunate death loop. Did you bind in the wrong spot? I did that a long time ago when I was like a teenager playing on this game. I bound myself at one of those guard towers in the Karanas, and it just so happened to be the one that gets wrecked by a griffin like every 10 minutes. And then I didn't log out because it took so long. Back in the day, it took like 20 minutes to log into EQ because of dial-up internet and just slow loading. So I didn't log out, and then I was like, I had to go eat dinner. My parents were like, "Come on, eat dinner," and I was like, "I don't wanna," and they're like, "Get down here." And I came back, and I realized at that moment what I had done, and it was not good. I think I had lost like 2 or 3 levels already just in like the 30, 40 minutes it took to eat dinner. Where did you bind at, Ophion? Yeah, and you definitely can get 60 back, no problem. Go get in a Chardog group. Whoa, where'd you come from, little buddy? This could actually get spicy because we have another spawn coming up in like less than a minute. So I'm not really sure where this druid's at. He was quad kiting, but he's letting things stack up on the island again. Did he leave? No, he's here. He's just AFK. I think that's the roamer though. We should be okay. Oh yeah, if you're allied to Chardock, you don't want to do that. Oh no. No, no, no. Don't interrupt. He interrupted. He has chewed through my mana shield. The good news is the Vicious should be dead. Yeah, he's going to die here in just a second. I'm very low on mana, though. Okay, the Vicious is dead. This Raptor's at 28%, so we're fine. Breglin flew through 59 just farming the entrance. Nice. Was that with a group or on your own? Solo. How does a druid solo the entrance to Chardock? Just root routing? People have suggested that spot to me. I need to get out there and do it. Oh, that's right. There are Chokodai out there. That Vicious despawned, so he had no loot. So lame. Alright, perfect time to do a little meditation. And also a perfect time for me to go hit the head. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Gonna wait on mana for a second. I've got one spawn coming in. About 30 seconds. And then a Vicious coming up in 4 minutes. Let's see, this guy's up over here. Where's the one that's about to pop? I think we already killed the roamer. Yeah, the one that just popped is in the ruins. We'll just kill this one. Chugging away steadily at 57 here. Yeah, really looking forward to vexing Mordinia. Although it is 500 mana, by comparison, Vampiric Curse here is only 144. So it would be quite a bit of overkill to cast it on every mob out here. But when we get back to Catalyst, which that may end up happening here soon because I'm down to 2 bottles of milk, 2 muffins, and I'm just having a hard time foraging here. I did just get a water. I guess I could use the harvest crystal. That's why I bought these. Harvest crystal and the spring crystal. So that'll buy me some extra time out here before I have to go back and restock. I could also look into, is there a place I could go potentially buy water and food out here? I know the ogres absolutely hate me. I killed their chief, like the Great Uwamp. I farmed him for several hours. And I think the only other settlement out here is there's like a high elf or a wood elf place out here somewhere. So I feel like at the rate of my foraging, I'm not able to sustain myself. And I think I was right on top of this vicious when he spawned. That's not good. Ugh. I thought it was the far vicious, not the close vicious. That's gonna cost me another mana skin. The harvest crystals are like the food that you get from it is no rent. So it won't stay overnight. My goal right now is to be 57 by the end of the week, if not the weekend. If we get lucky and actually get the spell we need, I can get out of here. And then I'm gonna head to City of Mist and farm some more spells there. I feel like 5% an hour is it's not terrible. It's no Howling Stones, but in Howling Stones you can die pretty easily. Out here I gotta make some pretty big mistakes to die. Yeah, speaking of the music, I'm not sure what the genre is. Like what kind of genre is this music? I don't know. Go away, fishing grubs. I don't need you. I need food and water. Oh, what's up, Breglin? What do you typically do on your druid when you're not buffing people? Play alts, yeah. So in addition to your 60 druid and your 59 necro, what else do you have? Let me pull this guy this way, that way I don't root him right on top of Breglin. There we go, we foraged some food finally. EQ has heard my prayers. You have a 56 druid on blue, that's funny. You must love the druid. There's a raptor spawning in 10 seconds, and I don't know where he's gonna spawn at. It is a smart first class, yeah. Ophion says that he makes a druid as his first class on every character. I can definitely see that. That's a wise choice if you're willing to invest the time. Looks like we will actually get a roamer. Watch out, Breglin, you're gonna... I can root him. I'm standing by to respond. Yeah, we're gonna end up having... Oh, no, he got you. Okay, he's dragging him away. I was gonna say, I can take care of him. Yeah, you make a druid and then you're just set for money because you go teleport people, and once you hit like level 44 and you have all the good teleports, you run out and grab all the Velius. all the little port keys that you need for Velius, you're set. You can make some good money porting people to Velius. I've got a 44 druid on a blue. Oh, so Ophion says his druids are factioned everywhere for that purpose. So you don't have to worry about Wuoshi or whatever. Everybody's favorite dragon out there. Man, we're getting hosed on the drops. Coming up on 11 hours in this level alone. It's a long time to camp one spell. Then again, I've heard people camp like Zalgaz for hundreds of hours to get that clicky fear staff. We've probably done close to 20 hours here at Raptors. I'm actually not going to take the trade because I'm solo self-found. I appreciate it. Right now, my limit is I'll take buffs and I'll take reses. We'll be okay with yeah, no worries. I do appreciate it. We'll be okay. We're foraging food. The forage cycle's starting to work. I finally had to lift my no res restriction for my own sanity. But for the first like 55 levels, I did not take a single res either. That was a lot of experience lost because I died a lot. Thank you for the buffs though. Oh nice, Ophion has a 56 cleric. That is good to know. Does he have a Howling Stones key? It's actually not too bad getting it on P99. I had a harder time getting the Howling Stones key on Teak because of how many people were camping it. And then they also changed the spawns so that the Chokodai prod Sarnak doesn't spawn in the same spot every time. Oh yeah, you can just buy it. Figuring this camp out was the best thing I could have done because remember I was doing the other island for several nights before. And on the other island there's only one vicious raptor. Over here on this island I get two. Yeah, this is the spot to be, and Ophion says luckily there isn't some chucklehead swarming it. I've noticed even whenever there are people swarming these islands, I'm usually able to still pick up a few spawns. And then they kind of get the idea, or I can work something out where I'm like, hey, I just need like four raptors. And yeah, the other one is a little bit safer, but once you learn the roamer routes on this one, it's not too bad. There we go, just forged another water. Keep them coming, game. Yeah, once you learn the spawns, this is a super chill camp. Which is funny because a few nights ago I was scared of this island. This also used to be a lot harder when I didn't have Lich. Like, this island was rough. I got super lucky getting Lich early on. That was a total game changer. It's interesting when you do solo self-found, like how gated things can be at the higher levels. Because you can't do Howling Stones without Lich. Or at least I wouldn't want to try it. So like getting Lich unlocked Howling Stones for me, and then getting into Howling Stones is how I found Splurt, because remember I was trying to farm Splurt. Oh shit. We gotta add. I was trying to farm Splurt for like ever at City of Mist. I farmed the shit out of City of Mist and never found any spells there that I can remember. If you have an enchanter and you want to farm spells, that's like the place to go. I got so many enchanter spells out there. And wizard and mage and cleric. It was like every other spell but necro you could find in City of Mist. Ophion says, I feel like I've hunted all the spots you are, and the giant fort in Burning Wood dropped the most spells. Yeah, the spell drop rate at Burning Wood's Giants is pretty good too. That's just a tough camp to get. Why is he coming after me? He's supposed to be dead. Yeah, Skyfire is really rough for me. So Ophion says he's gotten some good spells in Skyfire, and I would love to do Skyfire. But it's incredibly rough if you have no Spirit of Wolf. Like, the efficiency is just not there. You feel like you're just running and running and running. And it's also really difficult to pull those mobs away from each other sometimes. They seem to have a pretty big aggro radius, and if you get the Chromadrax, those are pretty scary, because they're tough to feign because they cast a lot of spells. Yeah, if I had J-Boots, I would do Skyfire, 100%. I could even just root route Skyfire, and I may go back and give it another shot. It may be worth a revisit once I'm done with Raptors to kind of alternate between Burning Woods and Skyfire. There we go, forged another piece of fruit. Yeah, I think at this point I'm more of a root rot than a fear kite guy as well. Fear kiting is not nearly as enjoyable. Root rot's boring, but it's just nice and stable. And then especially as you gain more levels, your roots hold better. Like root rotting at 49 versus 56 is a totally different experience. Yeah, let me look at the ancient worms on the wiki. Oh, ancient worms are level 60. There's no way I'm doing that. The wandering worms are 47. And the mature worms are 45, so it'd be similar to this. I'm just thinking about like how often root will break. They could have a different MR though. Can't use so you can't use like Ignite Blood. But that's okay, because I have, at that point I would have Vexing Mordinia, Cessation of Core. I think Cessation of Core is, what kind of damage is that? It's a disease. So yeah, that one would work. Yeah, with Fear Kiting, don't mobs, whenever they're running, they take less like dot damage? I think I read that somewhere. Let's see, where's this Raptor? Oh, wait. We don't want to grab him. I got lucky, I noticed this guy over here. That's the one we want right there. Oh, if they're feared, they still take full damage. Okay. Just got to keep slowly working my way through these levels. I really appreciate y'all keeping me company while I do it. There's no way I would be able to do something like this just all on my lonesome. I would not find that very enjoyable. Then whenever I hit 60, we can throw a big old party. We're about to get another Raptor spawn, and I actually don't know where he's going to spawn it. I think it's the one over off to the left. Yeah, pizza party. What's your guys' favorite brand of pizza? Here lately, I've been getting kind of partial to Papa John's. We got the Shack pepperoni pizza. I don't know what it is about me and Shack branding, but if you throw Shack on something, I'm buying it when it comes to food. Do you guys remember the Shack burger from Burger King? It was like 20 some odd years ago. They were doing the Shack burger. Oh my gosh, here I'm gonna pull it up. There it is, the Shack Pack. Oh my gosh, such good memories. God bless my mom. She used to take me to get the Shack Pack like all the time. And yeah, it was on like a Frisco bun. Oh, here's the commercial. This is gonna be a trip down memory lane here. Oh my gosh. Talk about a Shack Pack. Oh yeah, it came with the cheese. He's so young in that commercial too. That was my nostalgia for the night. Talking about a Shack Pack. Yeah, my mom would take me to get the Shack Pack. I think I was like probably 14, 15. I forgot it came with a cheese dipping sauce. That sounds really good, actually. Ophion says they have hour-long compilations of 80s and 90s commercials on YouTube. They're great. I've seen those, actually. Sometimes I'll go back and watch old commercials for the nostalgia. Just reminds me of like when life was a lot simpler. I definitely feel like the 90s were like the 80s and 90s felt like kind of a golden era. Exactly. Ophion says we didn't know how good we had it. I 100% agree. Jeez, two fizzles on the vampire curse. I agree with you, Ophion. The world is awful now, especially with those fizzles. How can I rearrange my bag so I can store some of this food? I guess we're okay for right now. Starting to build up a little bit of food, a little bit of water. We may not have to tap into our harvest crystals just yet. Those are a pain in the ass to get. There's a vendor in the Dreadlands that sells them, but it's all the way out in the Druid Port area. Skylar says, I would like to say go back to that time, but that would mean I would have to go through school again, and I don't want that. I was pretty lucky. I had a decent school experience. There was points where I was probably not I don't ever remember like really getting picked on too much, but I definitely got picked on a little bit. Mainly, it was like middle school. Middle schoolers are just vicious, and I'm probably not. I wasn't the only one, and there was people that had it way worse than me. And then in high school, everybody kind of like separated off into their own groups, and it really wasn't as big of a deal. And then I started playing in a band, and like more or less got in with the cool kids, quote unquote. We also didn't really have like a super. By the time high school rolled around, we didn't have like a super cliquey high school cool kid group. Everybody just kind of hung out with each other. We were actually pretty close. Like at that point, the people who were separated off were like separated off for a reason because they were like super weird. Yes, very lucky, I agree. I imagine if I went to a much bigger school, it would have been a lot different, but I went to a school that had like, 100 people, or about 100 per class. Let's see. I got 2 minutes till the next vicious raptor, and all the good spawns are taken. I could grab that guy, but I'm just gonna hold off. I'd rather prioritize the vicious. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in high school. Unfortunately, one of my high school best friends just actually died this summer. We all liked to drink back then. We all liked to party, and unfortunately, he just never really hung it up, and it ended up getting him. It caught up with him. He would have been 38 a week ago. I got to go back for his funeral. It was nice to see everybody. It was sad circumstances, but yeah, he just couldn't stop. Like I think he quit for a couple years and he was doing okay, and that was the last I had heard from him. And then all of a sudden, I got a text that he had passed away, and I knew that was what it was. You know, when you just know in your gut, like, because my other high school friend, we kind of had a falling out actually over that guy, because we were both understandably concerned from him, but kind of had like disagreements on what could be done. And so we were not getting along. And then I hadn't heard from him in like 2 or 3 years, and then he texted me. And as soon as I saw it pop up, I was like, yep, I already know this is bad news. That would be the only reason he would reach out to me. But we made amends. When I came back, we made amends. I told him, we think we were both just worried about our friend, and some things got said, but we're good now. I think we'll get a Raptor roamer during this poll, but I'm not super worried about it. And almost like clockwork, we have hit 55% to the level. So we're keeping that nice steady 5% an hour pace. That means 9 hours to hit 57. Hopefully in those 9 hours I get the spell that I'm out here looking for, And for those of you that are just joining, if you're first time viewer of the stream, this is a solo self-found Kunark only XR necromancer. And right now we are camping vicious raptors, and we're trying to get the spell Invoke Death, which is the level 49 pet spell. It's a research only spell, and I already have one of the words I need for it. Words of where is it? Words of collection Kaza. So the words that we're looking for is words of requisition. And realistically, I don't actually need this spell to finish my leveling journey to level 60. It's just something I really want to have. I could very easily root rot my way to 60. It's going to be very time consuming, but it's perfectly doable. It's not like when I needed to get the Lich spell. When I didn't have Lich, that was like a huge gate. It was very rough not having Lich. Every time I fought one of these raptors, I was always like almost completely Ophion says it's acquisition visa. Okay, my bad. Yeah, it's this one right here. I knew I had it, I just couldn't remember which one it was. Alright, there's the roamer. Just on time as we just killed the vicious. I'd like to say that's my superior skill that timed that right, but it wasn't. We just got lucky. I did say something different, Ophion. I said word of collection Kaza. They only drop, words of requisition only drop off the vicious raptors. So I'm killing 4 raptors per spawn cycle. They're on a 15-minute spawn cycle. 2 of them are vicious, 2 of them are regular. And I've been doing this for about 20 hours now. Ophion says, I have a 49 mage I need to pick up and play again. He's probably fun, but I haven't played him in years. Aren't mages the ones where they start out really fun and pretty like OP, and then as you get higher up, you gotta, like, the pets don't take nearly as much, they can't tank nearly as well. And so you gotta like chain cast pets to kill enemies. When I was a kid, I was in love with the mage. I thought they were just the coolest class ever. The first time I saw that little floating t-shirt pet, I was just hooked. I was like, I gotta play a mage. That looks so cool. Whoops. I don't even know why I'm picking these things up. They're like worth a platinum apiece. I definitely have fond memories of making a mage. He was a high elf. And I was out in Greater Fadark. And I got him up to like level 4 or 5, and then somehow I stumbled across the Orc Hill camp. And there was a ton of people at the Orc Hill, and I remember that was my first time like getting into a real, true, full group. Like prior to that, I had done some like duoing with some people, but then Orc Hill was when I like actually played in a big old group, and it was super fun. That's one experience that I really wish I could go back and have again, is just being like a noob in EverQuest. It doesn't really work the same now because we're so desensitized to these big online games. But in the year 2000, 2001, when I started, it was just like such a different thing, this huge online persistent world. Yeah, that might be tough, Ophion, going back at 49. You'd want to start slow. Maybe not go jump into soloing something really difficult. I feel like mages are probably only good at like open world soloing. I don't know if you could take a mage into a dungeon like you could a necro or an enchanter. I knew a guy when I used to play back when it was like actually old school EQ just on the regular live servers. He really liked doing those barbarians in Western Karana, so you might be able to do something like that. Yeah, I remember him saying it was pretty easy. Shaman is actually the class that I want to play next. Oh, the ones I'm talking about. Oh, wait, is your newest character the shaman? Is he still in the like highest or the high levels? Because the barbarians I'm talking about were like, I think they're in the low 50s or high 40s, which might be kind of tough for your mage right now, but you could get a few levels and go back. Ooh, I foraged some grapes. Hmm. Maybe we're talking about the same ones. I'll have to look on the map. Oh yeah, it probably is the same ones. It's probably just he was doing the higher level ones. That whole part of EQ, like the western plains of Karana, Kinos Hills, Kinos, is like so nostalgic for me. Yeah, there's some level like 46, 45 barbarian shopkeepers, and yep, they're down there on the shore in that village. I feel like mages are probably the ultimate dad camper. Like you can just go pick a dad camp and just wreck it, total brain off, put on a movie. That was like me when I was doing the Great Uwamp on Misterbestfrend. I didn't even stream it. I just put on movies and sat there and killed the Great Uwamp until I had all the gear I needed. I think I killed him like 80 times. Yeah, Necro's a good dag camper too. Yeah, that's the big issue with the mage is they just don't have any real like good utility. Maybe you can augment it with some clickies. I never really learned about clickies until I played on P99. Yeah, I really want to play Shaman next. That's one class I've never like taken to a higher level. And there's a lot of classes I haven't taken to a higher level, but I don't have a lot of interest in taking to a higher level. Like Warrior doesn't really appeal to me too much. Rogue isn't super appealing to me, although I've kind of given it some thought. I feel like Shaman is definitely one though that they just seem like so cool, so versatile. Everybody loves you. Got good buffs. You can solo good. Super happy with my Necro though. I'm really glad I decided to do this on a Necro. There's definitely other classes for solo self-found that get more out of being solo self-found. Because Necro has almost no gear, really no gear requirement at all. Monk is a fun class. Skyless. I recommend Monk to anybody that wants to play melee in EQ, but doesn't have like a lot of starter gear, because Monk can do really well without gear as well. And they also get a lot more buttons and like they're a little bit more active of a playstyle. And as long as you're not afraid of learning how to pull, then you can really enjoy it. And you learn a lot about like the camps that you're in and the zones that you go to because you pull the zone. It's just getting over the hump of like that kind of performance anxiety. But as long as your feign death is leveled up, like if you make a bad pull, you can typically recover from it. The only time you really don't is if you pull casters and then you get unlucky on them casting on you when you feign death. Because if you have a caster and they're casting on you and then you feign before the cast goes off, damn it, you bastard. Oh, he's got me stunned. I can't get under the water because he's got me stunned. Oh shit, this is actually getting kind of gnarly. There we go. That's going to slow us down a little bit because I'm going to have to recast Mana Skin. Yeah, Ixar Monk is probably I would say the preferred route. Just because when Variant or Sony, whoever was making Ruins of Kunark, when they developed it, they really thought about like the newbie experience for the Ixar. And so there's like a lot of good quests, a lot of good like gear you can farm. So like Ophion said, they have like a really good leveling path right there outside of Cabalus. Yeah, that messed us up a little bit. We're gonna have to take a knee for a minute. And a lot of those zones right outside of Cabalus have like great grouping opportunities. So you can go to like Kern's Tower and find a group pretty much all hours of the day. Once you're done with Kern's, you can go right over to Warslick's Woods and get into a giant fort group. There's always people at that giant fort in Warslick's. Once you're done with that, you can head over into over there, and there's usually people camping at the Skyfire ramp in OT. Yeah, Kunark is the best expansion. I agree with Ophion. That's why I've been doing this Kunark only solo self-found, because it's my love letter to Kunark. We are 56% into 56. Let's see, there's the roamer there. We'll catch the roamer as soon as he comes around. We got kind of knocked off our cycle here a little bit. Oh wait, it's not the roamer. Where is that roamer? It's probably that one right there. Yeah, this definitely messed us up. Might as well rebuff Dead Man Floating while I'm waiting. Well, hello, Breglin. Can't complain about the experience I've been getting, though. I'll take steady experience over no experience any day. Is that druid, other druid still out here? Keon? Yeah, he is. Okay. He's slacking on getting these raptors. So I think, is that the roamer that's going to head over here? Because I have a vicious raptor coming up here real soon. Nope, that's the one that goes left to right. There's the roamer that comes over here. Okay. We should be able to slip the vicious past him. Although this one might mess us up. Oh shit, there he is. I got my viciouses messed up again. Luckily I didn't get aggro because there's like a split second when mobs spawn before they like have aggro capability. We'll go ahead and pull them out into the water, that way we don't have to deal with a roamer as well. This robe is the tattered tomb shroud out of Dalnir. It's actually a shame you can't click off your skeleton form like in retail EQ, because I actually really like that. You can click off, you can still have the mana regen from Lich, but you can get rid of the illusion. So people can see your dripalicious robe. Yeah, it is a really nice quality of life feature. We don't have quality of life here. I just feel like P99 is the most authentic EQ experience that you can get. So as I was playing Teak, I found myself yearning for like just the authentic, the real thing. Ophion says it is. There's people who point out all kinds of things that aren't classic, but it's what I remember EQ to be, and that's fine for me. Yeah. It's never going to be perfect. Still beats any alternative out there. As far as classic goes. Quorum is like a borderline fun server, I feel like. And TLPs are fun in their own way, but they're not actual representations. They just time lock the content, but not the actual mechanics of the game. So it's nowhere close to like an actual classic experience. The only thing that's nostalgic about it is just the locations. Alright, we got a Vicious coming up here. There he is. Go ahead and yoink him. Quorum is working on personal instances where you can spawn your own zone. That is cool, like in a oh, why am I'm like mashing. I didn't even have him targeted. I was just mashing the root button. That is like a cool quality of life thing. But it also kind of hurts the social aspect of it. One of the coolest things about EQ is like going to a zone when you're not doing like a solo challenge like I am, and like meeting new people and joining their group. But the personal instances would help with some of the bottlenecks, because the downside to the everybody sharing the same world is if camps are taken, they're taken. Certain groups will completely lock down camps. It's just a different way to experience EQ, basically. Oh shit, where'd you come from, Mr. Raptor? I'm surprised he hasn't aggroed. No, I know what you're talking about, Ophion. Imagine I could get my own Burning Woods giant fort anytime I wanted to. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, I hate that, man. They get in the water and it blocks your line of sight. I wish they would fix that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is out of control. That's alright, I needed to take a piss anyway. Once I kill this raptor, I guess I'll go take a piss. I'll be perfectly happy when I don't have to fight in water anymore, though. That'll be nice. Yeah, DMF unlocks the water combat for Necros. Yeah, imagine doing this without DMF. Holy crap. We're definitely slower this hour. I'm probably only going to get 3 to 4%. We've had too many unfortunate group breaks. That's okay, though. Alright, let me just get away from the shoreline here. Go take a piss. I'll be right back. Okay. I don't think we have any raptors to pull. Oh yeah, shoot, there's like none out here. We got a vicious coming up in 2 minutes. Might as well rebuff because our mana's capped out. You never want to let your mana stay capped out. There's always something you can be doing with that mana. I'm just wondering how many hours it's going to take to get this damn spell. So you would figure I've been here probably coming up on 21 hours now. Like the drop rate is just miserably low. If all of these were vicious raptors, I would be so happy. Ten seconds to go. Route routing is so chill. Once you get adjusted to the slower pace, like there was a reason why I didn't want to route route for the longest time because it is just very slow. But the fun of it comes from trying to be like as efficient as possible. But it is funny because in my mind, the most engaging and fun time I've had in EQ was like up to about level 45 or so. And things just slow way down after 45 if you're going solo. Like soloing in Down Air was one of my favorite experiences doing this. That shit was like hardcore. Doing the Visceral Dagger quest. There's one room where you have to do like 4 spawns in 12 minutes. It is so rough. And the mobs get, like, they heal from outside of the the walls. Like, who said that was a good game design? Mobs healing each other when they can't even see each other and they're not engaged in the actual encounter. That's just messed up. Oh, he's fast, he's fast, he's fast, he's slow. I don't need you fishing grubs, go away. At this point, I'm convinced these words don't actually exist. It's unfortunate the wiki doesn't tell you any other place to find these words. Like, the words literally just say they drop off the vicious raptors. Oh, and Dingus. Don't forget Dingus. Skyless has a good theory. Words were never real to start with. I'm at a loss for words here, folks. I can't find the words to describe my frustration right now. Okay, I need this raptor to move. There you go. You go on. I got a vicious coming up here. Maybe this will be the one. We're probably going to get the roamer in the middle of this one, so I'm actually going to pull this vicious all the way out into the water. Yeah, we missed our mark by about 1% or 2%. Because I'm on hour 3 and I've only gotten 50. I'm at 58%. So we had a couple root breaks, kind of ate into our efficiency a little bit. I'm also playing it kind of safe. Like I could probably pull a little bit more aggressively, but the risk versus the reward is still kind of low. Like even if I pulled more aggressively, I could only expect to make probably another 1% per hour. And then if you take one death, that's going to negate like 10 hours worth of this grinding. So, or not 10 hours, 2 hours, sorry. At level 59, it'll be like 10 hours. Holy smokes. I'm still curious to see how much experience I could get here at level 59. It's not going to be good. I'm still at a point where I can like see the experience bar move. At 59, if I only get 1 to 2% an hour, that's going to be just oof. Oh no. I was almost able to pull him, but I was worried I would get an ad with him. And the second roamer is up. Skylar says a game is much more enjoyable on the journey to max level rather than the game that makes you max level with poor endgame content. I think that's one of the reasons why I really like EQ, because I agree that the journey on EQ is so much better than I think any other MMO, even classic World of Warcraft. I definitely should have pulled this guy out into the water, because I think we're going to get the roamer. Where is he? And then while we're fighting the roamer, I have the mana to deal with him. But while we're fighting him, we're going to get a vicious raptor spawn. That's also another thing I like about EQ is you have to be like really methodical with your pulls. And no other game has this kind of like very I don't know, like cerebral might be the right word. You have to like think about like, okay, if I pull this guy, I'm gonna have a respawn in 1 minute. He's not gonna be dead. No other game out there has that like respawn type gameplay where you can really track the spawn timers. Like World of Warcraft, mobs just kind of continuously respawn with no real rhyme or reason. And I think the predictability in EQ is like makes it more fun. I always use the example of the Goblin Preacher camp that I used to do on my Enchanter. And there was like 6 spawns I would have to do within like 20 minutes. And I would have to be very methodical with like how I manage my mana to make sure that I could do all 6 of those. and breaking the camp was super hard. So like if you screwed it up and you lost the camp, it was like a 50-50 shot whether or not I would live or die breaking the camp again. Oh, my girlfriend's home. It's gonna get kind of loud here. She's noisy and she likes to talk. I love her though. Okay, I definitely thought that guy was rooted. I wasn't paying attention. My girlfriend's throwing snacks in front of me. She brought me snacks because I've been sad lately. Yeah, I agree, Ophion. The game does punish you to help make you better. I like that in EQ, like as you're leveling, the game teaches you versus in virtually every other MMO, as you're leveling, it's not really teaching you shit about the end game. And then all of a sudden you hit the end game and you're like a total noob. Yeah, it's like totally demoralizing when you die. So I lost a little bit of time here because I've got a vicious up that I can't pull because I'm still fighting this guy. Yeah, those dumb deaths are like super frustrating. That's hardcore though, you didn't take a res just to punish yourself. I think the point where I died the most was probably in down near just because I was trying to like get stuff out of there. So it forced me to take some risks that I wouldn't have ordinarily taken. Like the lumpy goo camps are pretty tough. But I really needed the gear. Or at least I wanted the gear. Kunark only was... I thought there was going to be more gear for Necros on Kunark, but there really isn't. And I am failing to forage water. We're down to our last water. I might have to use my spring crystal. I forget how many waters you get per use on these crystals. I'm really glad I bought these like forever ago though. Getting out here is such a pain in the ass. But that goes to show just how much like grinding I've done out here. I've gone through like 40 muffins and 40 milks. Ugh. Cannot catch a break on these two. I guess it'll be one big, huge, exciting moment when I finally get the damn words of requisition. Okay, we gotta watch out. The druid's like over here. I don't want him to take that vicious raptor. Okay, he's heading back. Not that I think he would do it on purpose, but he just might not realize it. We've coexisted peacefully on this island for many generations. Oh shit. I'm not gonna say what I just oh shitted over, but it was surprising. It wasn't me getting words either. I wish it was. Okay, I got a Raptor coming up in 20 seconds. My girlfriend is expecting. Nah, man, I've taken the proper medical steps to make sure that doesn't happen. You expecting? No, I'm gonna mute my mic so I can show you what I just looked at. Sorry, I've got my mic muted because we're discussing.
It's over. Over.
I'll just say it has to do with current events. Yeah, I don't really want to start like a big old discussion in here. It's been a very chill stream. Nothing. I'll just stay over here in my little EQ world and everything's fine. You know what would be fun is to make a stream where you having a fake election where you're like, Oh, this just in. Our analysts are gonna go ahead and call it. We're calling Kinos for Trump. In other news, I just hit 60% to level 57. So that's going well. Now if I could just forage some damn water. Yeah, I agree, Skyless. No real world here. We're out here on the Raptor Island. It's sunny. Actually, it's a little bit cloudy, but that's okay. It's pretty. I imagine the tropical air feels really good. It probably smells pretty nice, other than the constant wafting of raptor shit. The, the stinging sensation of raptor dung hits your nose as you come up on one of these islands. Luckily, I'm undead, so I probably can't smell or feel anything. Oh, I definitely felt that. How did I lose track of that roamer? That's actually really not good because I'm going to get a vicious raptor spawn here soon. I probably shouldn't have rooted this guy right here. We might be okay. Oh my gosh, can root not break? Spell is interrupted. Spell is interrupted. This is actually getting kind of nasty. Okay, I'm trying like one more root, and if he interrupts it, I'm done. Hey, at least he's not up on the shore anymore. This is going to drive an extended med time here, though. Dude. That got a little spicy. Yeah, we have a vicious spawn right now, but... Ooh, I forged water. That's a win. I am not prepared to take on that vicious raptor just yet. We could try to like slowly bleed him down, but if a root breaks or whatever, I'd be pretty much done. So we'll just wait. Maybe we'll go at like 70% mana or so. Oh, wow. Jeez. I need a dip.
Hehehehe
76% mana, we're good to go. We'll just pull them out in the water because I don't really know what's going on with the spawns at this point. What do you mean I can't see him? I can clearly see him. Maybe we need to go a little bit further out. Huh, the sound did this weird thing where it was like kind of alternating between the headphones. Oh, jeez. Eight, 13. It's 21. Gotta keep up on these vampiric curses. Not letting my, or I'm not regenerating as much health as I need to be. Come on, words. No words. There's never any words. You know who I never see in the stream anymore is Dak Dog. You guys remember Dak Dog? He used to play a shaman. Kind of miss that guy. Actually, I think I'm going to hop off after this one. This will be the last Raptor of the night. This is a pretty good night. We got up to 60%. I think I started the night at 45. So if I can keep this pace up, I'll definitely be 57 by the end of the week. And I'll put in some good grinding on the weekend. Hopefully by the end of the week we have these words. Because I don't want to get burnt out too soon on doing the same thing over and over and over. But I don't want to leave here because it's such a pain in the ass to get back. I really wish I could bind out here, because if I could bind out here, I could hammer back, check out different camps, and then just gate back here if the camps are taken. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Because the ideal scenario would be I like hammer, check Burning Woods, Giant Fort, and then if that's not working for me, then I just gate back here. I'll probably end up spending a lot of time in City of Mist because the fog ramp is usually not taken in City of Mist, so I can probably get some spells there. Yep, no words off that last Raptor, not a surprise. Ooh, I did forage another water. Getting lucky there. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping me company on this difficult grind. We got about 8 hours left of this. And then hopefully we can move on to somewhere else. So thanks for watching. Have a great night. Don't stay up all night watching the election. And stay classic.